Capitol Reef, take one. Let's see how this goes.
Hey guys, welcome back to Slow Travel Chronicles. My name is Stephanie.
I'm Garrett.
And in this video, we're going to talk about Capitol Reef National Park. We went there in October of 2022, depending on when you watch this video. And I actually liked it better than I thought I would.
We went there mid-October 2022, regardless of when they watch this video. But anyway, we spent a day and a half in the park. We
stayed in Torrey.
Stayed in Torrey. We stayed at the Red Sands Hotel. Really nice hotel. Enjoyed it. They got a nice pool, nice hot tub, nice outdoor patio area. It's a little bit cool for us to go outside at night, but that is a great place to stay if you are going to Capitol Reef.
Yes.
We got there. I wasn't sure what to expect. We didn't know much about Capitol Reef, other than it is probably the least visited of Utah's 5 parks. We showed up the first day in the middle of the afternoon, went to the visitor center, kind of poked around, and then we decided to drive the scenic drive south. You know, every park's got a scenic drive. What did you think of the scenic drive, Stephanie?
I did not think it was very scenic. It was rocks. It was just rocks.
Rocks. Capitol Reef, and I don't know how to describe it, I'm not a geologist. Basically, it is a wrinkle in the surface where a bunch of rocks kind of uplifted. So what you have on one side is a bunch of towering rocks, kind of as a cliff. If you circle around and drive the other side of the park, you're going to be in the valley. The scenic drive is on the cliff side. You know, it's pretty neat. There's a lot of different color strata of rock that are basically sticking up. But once you've seen them, you're kind of like, okay, got it. A lot of rocks sticking up, cool. So on our first day, we just kind of drove around. We did that night go back to Panorama Point and look at the Milky Way. It was our first time experiencing the Milky Way. It was really cool. There was no moon out. There weren't a lot of people out. We took a couple of pictures.
I'll put those at the end of the video so you can see them.
It was pretty nice. It wasn't the Milky Way that kind of arches across the sky because it was October. It basically kind of pointed straight up. But still, for us, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we really enjoyed it. But most of our adventures in Capitol Reef were the following day.
And I really liked the following day better because we went to different parts that had more trees. And one thing to know about Capitol Reef, and we didn't know this, there's lots of orchards there, and you can actually go pick apples. We missed it by, I think, a week or so, but if that's something that you might like to do, definitely check out your timing so you can do that. But I like the trees and parks with trees, and we went up a different drive. Do you remember the name of the drive?
It's Highway 24, I think.
Okay, Highway 24.
We'd have to check that. It was whatever the main highway is that goes to the park.
Isn't it 214? Anyway, whatever one it was green, it was nice, it was pretty, and I told Garrett at the time they should call this Scenic Drive.
Yeah. You know, loosely speaking, Capitol Reef is, at least the way I look at it, divided into 3 main sections. You have the north section, which is Cathedral Valley. Then you have the middle section, which is the Fruita Historic District, and that's where the trees and the orchards are. And then to the south, you have Strike Valley. And basically what running through all these districts is the water pocket fold, which is what they call the earth surface popping up. And we spent all of our time in the Fruita District for one simple reason. We don't have an off-road truck. Cathedral Valley, there's a lot of deep sand there. They pretty much tell you if you're going to drive through it, you better be in 4-wheel drive. If not, you're going to get stuck in the sand and your tow bill is going to be about $1,000. So we didn't want to risk it, and we didn't feel like paying for a tour guide to go through there because it would take the better part of a day to do the loop through Cathedral Valley. You can look up other videos on it. It looks awesome. Maybe one day we'll do it, but not this trip. Similarly, Strike Valley, down the southern portion of the park, gravel road, dirt road. As with all these off-road places in Utah, a lot of them will tell you it's passable by a passenger car, but you may get a flat tire and you're going to have no cell phone service. So if you run into trouble, you may be there for a couple of days before anybody finds you.
Or you need to know how to take care of that yourself.
Yeah.
Know how to change a tire.
Yeah. So we chose not to drive into Strike Valley because it would have taken us an hour or so to get there, And if we got there and found that the roads were not really passable for our car, it would have been a wasted trip. So that's something we'll do in the future. I'd really like to go back and do it. But with only having really one full day in the park, we didn't want to go to these far-flung places no matter how awesome they looked. So we stayed in the main area and we hiked the Cohab Canyon Trail in the morning, which was fantastic.
That was the steep one.
Yeah, it starts with a steep going up the cliff. You pop out into a canyon, you hike down through the canyon, then you go up on another level in the rocks, and it overlooks the trees, the Fruit Historic District. And we'll show some pictures and video from that. And that was great. After that, it was lunch in the picnic area. Again, our favorite peanut butter and jelly sandwich, apple, banana picnic. And in the afternoon, we did the Grand Wash Trail, which is essentially flat. It follows a wash, through a canyon. The trail talks about it. It says you can go in for about a mile, you'll hit the narrows section. So our plan was we'll walk in for a mile, hit the narrows, we'll walk back out. Narrows must be taken in context. They're talking like 16 feet. That's what it says.
It was 40 feet easy.
We weren't the only ones that walked through looking for the narrows and we couldn't find it. Now, I'm pretty sure I know where it was. I even told Stephanie in a video, we're entering the narrows. But it was not very narrow and we weren't sure, so we just kept walking to make sure. We ended up walking 2 miles in. And finally, it was a great hike. We enjoyed it. It was easy, beautiful views. But finally we said, well, yeah, we passed the narrows a while ago. We might as well turn around and go back. So we did. Funny enough, we met a family coming the other direction of the same problem. This trail, you can start at 2 different trailheads, and they started at a different trailhead from us. They walked through the narrow section, didn't realize it. They had turned around and were heading back, and they stopped us and said, did you guys know where the narrows were? We said, maybe. You've passed it, good luck. But it was great. I really enjoyed it. It was just an easy, for us, 4 miles at that point.
Yeah, I like that hike. It was flat.
Yeah.
I think I like walking more than hiking.
Yeah. But there are several hikes in Capitol Reef that we would have loved to do, but we didn't get to because we only had a day. In hindsight, if we had plenty of time and plenty of money, we could have stayed there for 4 days. We could have done Cathedral Valley one day, we could have done Strike Valley one day, and we could have easily spent another day or two just on hiking trails that are, roughly 2 to 5 miles long. So I really enjoyed it, but there was so much of it we didn't get to see.
I think he did that on purpose so we go back. That's just my 2 cents.
No, but that's the way it worked out.
Anyway, I think that wraps up our video on Capitol Reef. Stay tuned for the next video in the series, and we make our way over to Bryce Canyon National Park.
Yep.
See you next time.
Okay.